you're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say?
Your father wants you both to come home.
Both of us? I don't believe he said that. I've never heard him refer to my son as anything but trash. He calls him it. But maybe Mother convinced him. Or you did. Oh, my friend. I cannot thank you enough. If this were a story, my son would grow to manhood and pledge himself as a knight in your service. When he grows up, I will send him to you. I promise.
What? I want to know, like, do they actually intend to, like, have that be a thing? Like, I know that technically after this Dragon Age game, all the expansions and DLC included, the Grey Warden's not supposed to show back up because, well, partially because the character doesn't have a voice. And as such, creating a voice for said character would be an issue. I have to say, though, that technically, if I think about it, like, I believe there's a way to make it work.
Alistair, what's this?
It's a sock?
It's a filthy sock. How did it find its way to my bedroll?
Maybe it likes you. Socks are sneaky like that. Anyway, it's not mine.
It has your name stitched on it.
Oh, part of Templar training back at the Chantry, the men were always getting their socks mixed up. Anyway, sorry about that. I'll take it from you right now. One of my socks is feeling a little damp anyway. A change would be nice.
You're going to put it on? It's filthy.
And dry. We're not exactly traveling in the lap of luxury here.
What hideous habits you've picked up.
Yep, I wholeheartedly agree with you. It's quite stuffy. There's a limit to how often you could possibly reuse your sock. And I am positive that he's reached that limit and passed it. I don't really think to... Okay, some map. No.
They don't kill each other in the arena, do they? I mean, why would anyone find that entertaining?
Watch for Piotr Naidukin. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record.
Isn't that nice? Now,
I'm telling you, Piotr will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
That's something.
If you're looking for seats, speak with a guardsman.
Do I have to go into the area where I would actually have to pick? I was hoping to avoid this wall carving.
I'm off.
Valos Atrendum, in the 3rd year of the reign of King Ragnan Iduken, an old man of the servant caste was accused of stealing a sapphire ring from his employer, Lord Dace. The servant was stripped of his position, he and his family thrown into the streets, and soon after the servant died. The son of the disgraced servant challenged Lord Dace to a proving, declaring that his father had been the victim of a cruel injustice and the ancestors would bear him witness. Lord Dace had no choice but to accept. On the sacred stone of the proving ground, the nobleman faced the servant boy. Lord Dace carried a sword crafted from his own hand and was clad in his great-grandfather's armor. The servant boy had neither armor nor weapon. When the battle began, the boy fought like a whole pack of angry deep-stalkers, flinging himself upon the startled lord, wrenching the sword from his hand, and prying at his armor with bare fingers. The boy fought Lord Dace to the ground and beat him until the lord begged for mercy. The boy and his family were reinstated to their place in the Dace household, and the virtue of the boy's father was not questioned again. The ancestors had spoken, and no one would question their word. Okay, well, that happened. So long. Okay, so writ of
What now?
the restriction of your authority is a temporary consideration and not a verdict imposed lightly. The Assembly feels that efforts to maintain the sanctity of the proving have faltered. This is a gentleman's contest where future generals and respected veterans display their skills. It is intended to be inspiring and remind the lower castes why their leaders lead. We acknowledge the usefulness of a forum for the settling of honor debts and concede that the occasional defeat of a noble can serve as appeasement, provided it is by a pure and the contest is properly dictated. That word gives me problems. Extending this practice to the lower castes could prove a dangerous and barbaric precedent. We have already seen the disruption that an unauthorized fighter can cause. The recent Brand incident and similar incidents should be discouraged with all possible prejudice. Through an assembly writ of censure regarding management of provings. Yeah, well, that actually has to do with the dwarf commoner route. Saren Piotin, someone's chest. That you can't get to. Okay, I think that's only unlocked if you're like actually going through with the freedom or some such. I don't know. Varric, don't.
I knew this. Point for the man.
That's not at all what I wanted to do.
Yes.
Down you go.
Looks like you could use a hand, Alistair.
This deal was all their making, Warden. Technically, I haven't done anything wrong. We have no business. Unless you want to make a few coins. Not that I'm suggesting anything. But you're holding the prize now.
You don't care who you get the Shaper tome from?
I have a collector in mind. Who actually sells the item doesn't matter. It's your call. As always, I let people make their own decisions.
I should shut you down
Yes,
hard.
well, I'll keep my nose clean until you're long gone. How about that? I'm just a businessman. I merely exploit opportunities. I won't get in your way.
I don't know why I'm making these noises. I just am. You get to deal with it. Have fun. Onwards! To the exit! That happens to be a door with pipes attached to it or something. What's interesting to note is that, based off of what I have read in Stolen Throne, a prequel to Origins, that actually goes into the document. Someone needs space. Fluent to Order 5. A. No dwarf of indeterminate caste may conduct business in the Commons. This was subsequently clarified by the Assembly to mean that the owning and operating of stalls or kiosks is limited to those with identified and approved house streams with traceable ancestor lineage of at least 3 generations. exceptions include individual purchases of goods or services from established stalls or kiosks, provided the funds are presented at the opening of the transaction at the discretion of the stall or kiosk owner. I am sure you understand the need to maintain strict quality control over all goods and services that flow through Orzammar, especially when we are making a concerted effort to encourage outside investment. Standards of Dusktown and that of the common brand are simply not sufficient. Your trade permit is hereby denied. From the judgment of the Assembly Trade Council regarding Dahl's claimed wares.
Do you think the tower is ever going to get back to what it was, Wynne?
I don't know. A great number of people died. It will be difficult to imagine rebuilding, with that cloud hanging over everything for many years to come.
Do you think you'll be there? To help rebuild, I mean, once this is all over with.
I cannot say. Even if I survive this blight, I am a very old woman, Alistair.
Why? Because of some grey hair? You are a formidable woman, Wynne. You could see that it happens.
I think you overestimate the number of years I have left. But perhaps you were right. Or perhaps the memories of what happened there will be too strong for me to face.
I have a hard time believing that.
Well, it's good to have someone that believes in me, so... Now, if I could only feel the same way myself, that would be something.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. Now I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs. I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dusttown. Guess I'm shutting it down.
If I see any nugs, I'll send
Good
them
on
your
you,
way.
stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
I cannot remember. That's one nug. Let's see. That's a nug. Codex updated. Nug. Hip deep and mad nugs. Our screams deafen their keen ears. We will be Nug Poop. From songs that only nugs can hear by Paragon Ebrian, 584 Exalted. The nug is an omnivore common to the deep roads, a hairless creature that is almost blind as well as completely docile. It spends most of its time wading in shallow pools, as well as mud pits, feeding on small insects, worms, and in a pinch, limestone and simple metals. Indeed, the digestive system of the nug is legendary, able to make a meal out of almost anything a nug finds on the captive forts. Nugs reproduce rapidly, spreading into any niche within the deep roads they can find, and serve to support a variety of predators such as giant spiders and deep stalkers. So too do dwarves make meals out of them. Nugs are, in the poorer slum portions of Orzammar, one of the most common sources of meat available. Some dwarves even domesticate the creatures, claiming to find the creatures' high-pitched squeaks pleasing. Yes, those nugs. I hear nugs squeaking. That is not a nug. That is a wall. To the other nug. I don't remember how many nugs there are. But they be nugs. Nug. I hope I don't have to go to the other areas to get more nugs. That would be annoying. Words. Okay. Wow, that looks so funny. Okay, so Orzammar.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell. Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found. You're the best wrangler I've ever... You're the best I trust Vala, my nug wrangling friend.
I believe there are more nugs. But he's sore.
Just can't get enough of our clammy mine air, can you? Did you need something?
Looking for Lord
I see you have his daughter's seal, so I will not stop you. But be careful. Just because the beasts are pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads. Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack. Best of luck.
To this tiger. And my bum really hates me right now. And the sea. I am sitting on. Oh, you.
All right. Too fast for you! Going.
Excuse me. Oh, crap. potent health poultice. I forgot there were potents. No, there's like now I remember. No, there's potent.
All right.
Greater. They've got lesser. They've got like basic.
I'm off.
Another potent health poultice. Lesser health poultice.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
I don't remember this as a... This area has side quests out the wazoo in it for no apparent reason, despite the fact that you kind of just need this one. Cut out this sucker. The ritual was very specific, as such things probably should be. Torso, head, and limbs spread amongst the deep roads to prevent the creature from returning. Looks like they died during the cutting, but we can fulfill the last part in their stead. I'm not familiar with the Elven ritual. Why would I be, but it seems pretty straightforward. Shaper axe swiveled in the corner. Never even saw the thing, but his sword would take care of it. Oh my word, why does the map have to be so complex? Humbug. More emissaries.
I'm off. If you insist.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with your spells today.
I suppose violence is a solution. Sometimes.
And back. All right.
Immediately.
Yes.
Oh, that could have gone way worse had I not immediately gone after those emissaries.
Yes.
Basically, kill emissaries as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Otherwise, they are going
Right
to
ahead.
make things incredibly impossible. Where's this trap?
Allow me. I could do that for you.
This is why I hate the deep roads. Why on earth do they have to make this map so massive? They sit here, and they know you're not just going to sit there. This place is like a maze. And that's the other thing I don't like. See how that just looped around right there? The entire map is like that, and it gets obnoxious. Readjust the chair. So backside feels less painful.
I'm off. Now this is fun.
Allow me. I could do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you.